All right, let's go inside the house where Jesse James was killed. Where's the house? They moved the house? Right.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
Wow. Okay, let's take a look over the city of St. Joseph here. That's not a real graveyard, by the way, around the corner is replicas. What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am in St. Joseph, Missouri. I just did a video about Jesse James' birthplace and his original grave. In this video, I'm going to show you the inside of the house where he was shot, where his life ended, and take you to his real grave, which I already filmed yesterday, because it's actually back in Kearney. We're gonna go inside. There's another museum here. I was just inside, kind of like a top 10, well, Western museum, but I'm here for this house right here. I keep saying just because I've had some odd conversations. People really sweet here, very, very nice, but a little. But yeah, I'm here to film this house. That's Jesse James' house right there. Wow, let's go inside. It's gonna be wild. I think there's a bullet hole still in the wall. Here we are inside the house. A lot of interesting artifacts. This is the bedroom. A lot of this is stuff that was actually here. I'm gonna have to be quiet. There are other people going through. So he was shot in this house by Robert Ford and his brother. They were staying here with Jesse and Jesse's wife and 2 kids. And there was a reward to bring in Jesse alive. But apparently the gentleman that is working here said they were afraid of him, so they shot him, thinking they could still get the reward. Originally they were going to hang him, but they shot him. And, well, it's in the other room. Original desk given to Jesse by a school teacher. He signed the book. And then here, the monument on Jesse James Hill. And then here we've got boots belonging to Frank James, Jesse James shaving mug, rattlesnake tie, Frank James gun right there, and of course the infamous death photo where he's propped up on a board. This is not a replica. This isn't the same gun he used, but one like it. And there's Bob Ford, the man who shot Jesse James. Frank, Jesse. And here we are in the room where it happened. There's a bullet hole.
Jesse James was killed in this house April 3rd, 1882. At age 34, he had been an outlaw almost half his life. He moved here with his wife and 2 small children on Christmas Eve, 1881, and lived here 100 days. The house was located then at 1318 Lafayette Street on the hill about a block north of here. On April 3rd, Jesse was in this room with 2 gang members, Bob and Charles Ford, making plans to rob the Platte City Bank the next day. Jesse noticed the needle point on the wall was crooked. Because it was a warm morning and the door was open, he took off his guns so neighbors wouldn't see them. Then he climbed on a chair to straighten the picture. It was the chance the Fords had been waiting to collect a $10,000 reward offered by Governor Tom Crittenden. Jesse fell to the floor dead. Only Bob fired. The bullet entered behind his right ear, and some believe it came out over the left eye, leaving the legendary bullet hole. Researchers now think the bullet did not leave Jesse's head. The Fords sent a telegram to the governor and then surrendered to City Marshal Enos Craig. But instead of collecting a reward, the Fords were charged with murder and were sentenced to hang. Within hours, the governor pardoned them. Below the needle point of the bullet hole, over the years people chipped away pieces of the bullet hole. The frame gun is a .44 caliber Smith & Wesson, similar to the gun used to kill Jesse. The famous outlaw was responsible for the deaths of at least 16 people, but sympathy did not rest with the Fords for killing him with his back turned. Within 2 years, Charles Ford committed suicide, and 11 years later, Bob Ford was gunned down in Crete, Colorado by Ed O'Kelly. The James family rented this house from a city councilman for $14 a month and had no time for elaborate escape routes. There was a trap door into the half basement, and in the bedrooms, a way into the attic and out onto the back porch roof. Note the unusual love seat by the door. Gentlemen used the backrest, and ladies romancing had no place to lean but into their lovers' arms. In the next room, you'll learn about the 1995 exhumation of Jesse James at Kearney, Missouri. You may also view the artifacts found in the grave. DNA test by Professor James Starrs confirmed that it was indeed Jesse James and not an imposter who was killed here April 3rd, 1882. Thank you.
Very cool. So, there's the house. We've seen that. Here's a kitchen cabinet belonging to Jesse James. So I've mentioned this about the exhumation in my previous video, which I would like you to watch. 1995, July 1995 it was. Here's artifacts. Bullet found in his right lung, not the bullet that killed him. Look at that, all the pieces of casket. Broken glass from the coffin, viewing glass, lift handle. Teeth, his skull. Yeah, that's not his real skull. That is the actual skull was reburied. There was a casting, bullet hole there, I guess. It's behind his right ear. Oh, right there. Wow. Right there. Jesse's wife and first cousin. So this house was moved from up the street. This is not the actual, this is the house, but not the actual location. It was up the street. Jesse James was going under the name of Tom Howard at the time. Jesse was missing an upper front tooth, so he never smiled. For the photographer, but he had a lot of gold fillings. Right. Okay, so there's a bedroom where he started off in there. I'm gonna ask a couple more questions, and we'll go see the exact location where it occurred. But this is the house where Jesse James was killed. Wow. A money vest belonging to Jesse's uncle. There it is. So the gun actually is in the collection of a private collector in Baltimore, the gun that killed Jesse James. And he will not sell it or donate it. But yeah, they exhumed his body to make sure it was him. So he actually had 3 funerals. Yeah. Because in 1995, he was laid to rest for the 3rd time after they exhumed him. Wow. What else? 3 funerals, wow. There's how small his remains were at the end. See that box? Wow. People believe that Jesse James faked his death. A lot of people believe that, but this kind of proved that, you know. The skull was in 33 pieces, but showed an obvious bullet hole behind the right ear. Many faces of Jesse James. All right, let's go take a look where the house used to, actually, this is a 3rd location where the house used to stand, but where they have the memorial up the street is actually where it stood when Jesse James was killed. 99.7% sure the body in the grave was that of Jesse James. And 16 people he killed, Jesse James. So, outlaw, yes. Hero, no. 16 people. Fellow gang members, but a lot of innocent people. And this is where Jesse and his wife would have been. Sorry. This is where Jesse's wife and the 2 children were. Is this, and this is an actual piece from it?
Yes, this is the original piece of the house.
Wow. They were standing here and it happened right there. Okay, look at this. Wow, I don't know what's happening here. Here's the house right there where Jesse was killed. Now we're gonna take a drive up, I believe that way. Set up the hill. Lafayette Street. Should be on the right, I think. All right, well, we'll find it together. Let's go. All right, so here we are. This is Jesse James Hill. Exactly how the gentleman told me to get here. Jerry, who works at the Jesse James Museum. Thank you, Jerry. Outlaw Jesse James was killed here April 3rd, 1882 by Bob Ford. The house is now on the grounds of the Petty House Museum, 2 blocks south. This hill has been lowered more than 50 feet. So the house used to stand here, and look, it's just a big empty lot. Huh. What? That's Jesse James Hill. There it is. So he was actually killed here, but where we just were, the house. You know, you get it. All right, now let's go back to Kearney, Missouri. We're gonna visit the final resting place of Jesse James, which I visited actually yesterday on the anniversary of his death, which was a coincidence. All right, let's go. I already filmed it though, so I'm going somewhere else. But keep watching. Keep watching. All right, let's follow the sign. I see another sign down here as well. It's kind of right in the middle of town, Kearney. I thought it would be a little more, I don't know, out in the country kind of. But it's quite a bustling little town. There's a Sonic, there's a McDonald's, there's a barbershop. There's actually a lot. And I thought it was a really small town, but it's not at all. And it's about 5 minutes from the homestead. Oh, Jesse James right here. I thought this was another sign pointing toward where I had to go, but no, this is it. So let's see who all is here. Frank and his wife are buried in Independence, south of here. Oh, so this is little Archie, who was killed by that bomb. 1966. Yeah, he's only 8 years old. I think this is, yes, this is his mother, right? And Jesse and his wife right here. You see, let me show you this for his mom, that's mother. Now, Jesse's stepfather, Dr. Reuben Samuel, at rest, 1908, I believe, and his mother died in 1911. Wow. So she lived to be 86 years old. So we have James, Jesse W., born September 5th, 1847, assassinated April 3rd, 1882. Zerelda, his wife and first cousin. If you watched my previous video, we discussed that. So his wife and his mom had the same name. Yeah, you heard me. So his wife and his mother had the same. People call me a mama's boy, but that's a little much. They're the same name. Born July 21st, 1845, died November 13th, 1900. So this is brought 2 rocks. I wasn't sure exactly all who was buried here, but let's put this here. So this is the anniversary. Today is April 3rd. This is actually April 3rd that I'm here, which is unreal. I don't know. So you'll be watching this video probably a couple days after that, but this is actually April 3rd. I don't know how to prove that, but just take my word for it. Oh, I'll show you on my phone that's in the car. Do I have to prove it? I'm going to prove it. So leave that there. It looks like people are chipping away. You can see here, people are chipping away at his stone. And that's what happened to that other one that I showed you on the previous video. People chipped away at it so much they had to replace it. And then the big part was gone, and then they found parts of it. This is for the whole family, especially little Archie. So, happy. What else we got here? I think this may, oh, this is where the original one sat. Yes? You actually see the imprint of the graves. If you look, can you see it on the camera? Where it's sunken in here? So who's this? Here. Look around here. Can't tell who that is. Wow. So this is where the one that they were chipping away at. This is what still remains here. Crazy. Yeah, a little bench. And I'm not sure what this is here. This could be tree bark. I don't know. But there it is, the final resting place of Jesse James. Wow. There we are. There it is. All right. Crazy the past few days going down the Jesse James rabbit hole. Thank you for watching, everybody. Rest in peace, everybody here at the cemetery, the James family, and everybody here in the cemetery. And yeah, thanks for watching. And again, thanks to everybody over at the Jesse James Homestead. That was awesome. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Peace. Out. And as we're here at the Jesse James gravesite, you see the anniversary. There it is. Trying to get a good angle. There it is, Tuesday, April 3rd. Wow. Coincidence? I don't think so. Ooh, dominoes.